I don't know if you guys remember, but Jada's car was giving a lot of trouble. Well, it's not a car, it's an SUV. It's a Buick Rendezvous. What is the year, Joe? 2002? Right? 2002. We bought it from the auction for Jada. It's a beautiful car, but ever since we bought it, it started to give this trouble where it would make this sound like that. And it would stutter and putter, and you can't go more than like 30-35 miles an hour. And Jada has lead feet, so when it does that, she just gives it more pressure and then it gets worse. So at first Joe started to take off some little part. Was that the mass airflow thing that you took off that you kept spray cleaning? And he would just spray clean it with like air. No, was it air? It was some type of cleanser, right? Some type of cleaning thing came out of it. And Jada would walk with that thing everywhere. And Jada knew how to take it off and clean it, and we went that way for months. Then finally it started to get worse, so Joe changed different things along the way, but he would buy the parts off of Amazon, so it was aftermarket parts, meaning it's not GM. And so he eventually changed the fuel pump because it just felt like a gas issue. The car would still act up. It would go great for like a week or two, or maybe 3 days. Sometimes it was less days, and then it would act up again, and Jada would just park it. So finally she parked it for a month because we didn't have any money to fix it over the past 6 months. And so then we went and picked up a very dear friend of ours that's a mechanic and a computer technician, and we picked him up from LA and brought him back to the house and asked him to take a look. He couldn't physically really fix it because he has some health issues. So we asked him to take a look at it, and this is what's happening right here. He's taking a look at the car, and he's gonna tell you what all Joe changed.
That's the idle control. That's the idle control.
But that's not what's bad though, right?
I changed the idle control.
The idle control.
I changed the
master flow.
Okay, let me see. Show me the idle control.
Right here.
Okay. The mass airflow. And what else? The fuel pump.
So now we're going to change the pressure regulator, which is this. And we're going to change the map sensor, which is this.
Okay.
And then we're going to change the filter in the bottom for the
All right, so then he said it was the map sensor. Joe changed that from stuff at the wrecking yard, because they changed everything back to GM parts. All the new parts Joe bought from Amazon went to waste because they went to the wrecking yard and changed all the things back to GM parts. And then, except for the fuel pump, we kept the fuel pump in. So then after he changed the map sensor, the car was still doing the thing, and we had to take the guy back home. And so he says change the coil. So Joe changed the coil, but when he went to the wrecking yard, he picked up another map sensor from another car, and it looked brand new. And so he brought that and he changed both things, because after you change the coil, it was still acting stupid, right? So then he changed the map sensor again. So I think the whole time the problem with the car was the map sensor, map sensor. So that's everything that we changed, and it's finally working, thank you God. And I can honestly say Jada's car is fixed. I waited a whole month before I made this video because I wanted to make sure. Now let me tell you a story that happened, guys. So when my friend was visiting, Joe went to go pick him up on a Sunday. We had this big barbecue. After he ate, he went outside, they looked at the car, yada yada. And that's when Joe came in the night, and Joe says, I can't find my hearing aids. I'm like, well, I wasn't with him all day. He was driving to LA and back. Where did he put these hearing aids? So I said, maybe he left it in my friend's house, because he went inside the house. And sometimes when it's too noisy, when there are a lot of people there, he'll have to like take them out of his ear, because he can't turn them off. They only have A, B, and C setting, and you can't turn them off. You have to take them out of your ear and open the little door for the battery to save the battery, and you can't take them off. But you can't turn them off. And so I said, maybe he left it in my friend's house, and I'm gonna have to go back with him when he takes my friend back and go search this guy's house. No, it's bad enough that I have to search my house, okay? I have to go search somebody else's house. So I turned that house upside down that night. When I'm searching for stuff, I get overwhelmed. I start praying. Ooh, I get beside myself. I get worked up. I'm stressed out. Can't find these hearing aids. And you know, these hearing aids were a blessing from God, right? Because we got them through Medi-Cal. So anyways, Joe swears he had them in when he got back in the car with the guy. He did not leave it at the guy's house. His sister made a phone call to him while he was driving, so he would have had to take those out to talk to the sister. So I'm like, did you take them out? So I asked the sister, I said, did he tell you in the phone call, Myrna, hold on, let me take my hearing aid out? She goes, no. I said, oh my God, he didn't have them, right? So anyways, the next morning, before my friend left and they were looking at the car again, I went with my camera and I panned down on the ground to record the grass to say maybe he dropped it in the grass. And I didn't see no hearing aids when I was filming with the camera. So then I told Jada, get Wednesday, because if the hearing aids, if the door for the battery are closed, it's gonna squeal like when a microphone feeds back, it's gonna go ee like that. And I listened because I've got good hearing and I didn't hear that squealing in the house. So I said, get Wednesday, because Wednesday would hear the squealing because it bugs her. And so Wednesday we had her in the car searching the Tahoe. She was acting all crazy like the thing was hurting her ear. And so finally we let her loose off the leash, and Wednesday went and sat down in the grass, and wouldn't you know, she sat right next to one of the hearing aids in the grass. Take a look at it here, guys. It was on the recording that I did. And so Jada searched and found the second one nearby. Wednesday found the hearing aids. That was a miracle from God. I'm so happy. Now it's time to go in. Yeah, Daddy, in a kimono. You tired, Papa?